Good morning, friends. Second Amendment believers. Today, I was going to go through the Walther PPS, a 9mm. It fits in a subcompact 9mm series. This particular firearm was loaned to me by a friend to shoot and try out and see what I think about it. I thought I'd do a little tabletop review at first. So as I set it here on the kitchen scale, it currently unloaded weighs in at 1 pound 5.6 ounces, and if we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we take 7 rounds, add to the scale here, we're at 1.8, 1 pound, 8 ounces. So not bad, you know, maybe a little heavy throughout the long day. I don't know, depends who you are, I guess, how you carry it. Outside waistband, inside waistband, different things like that. But Walther obviously is one of the better brands out there. Walther makes fantastic pistols, been doing it a long time. Some of the things I like about this particular pistol, so this is the PPS M2 versus the original PPS. You no longer can adjust your sight. It is what it is. But it is the dot, the 3-dot system. They break down really easy for maintenance and cleaning. They come down like a Glock. They kind of have the push it right there and slide it right apart. I mean, how easy is that, right? And there's your double recoil spring and stuff. So they go back together really easy, come apart really easy. That's about as easy as it gets on a takedown. This particular Walther has the push button for the mag release. Mag pops right out of it. Boom. I like that at a pistol a lot. You know, you hit that button and your mag don't come out. You reach up there and jerk it out. That's bad news. You're running, you're gunning, you got your other mag in your other hand. I want to pop that and be gone, slap in my new one and go, right? So that's, for a carry gun, that's one of my must-be's. It must drop with an easy push and be gone. And this does. So that's one of my must-haves for me personally. Feels good in the hand. For my size hand, I get all fingers on the grip, and they wrap around nicely. I'm not stretching trying to reach the trigger. As you can see, I can get to it pretty easy. We are unloaded, but I can reach around and get to the trigger. That was always my complaint on Glocks, is I could never reach the trigger myself. They were so fat, gripped in the back that my fingers back here, and I'm struggling to get to the trigger. So the Walther fits me really good, and I will disclose I have not had a newer Glock in my hand. It's been a long time since I tried to shoot a Glock, and that's something I'm gonna reinvestigate here before long. But one thing I wanted to point out was trigger creep. So this gun has a nice big opening for the trigger guard area, which is also something I look for in a concealed carry. You know, it's wintertime, you're wearing gloves or something, you want that big area. I wish the front was a little more squared off and serrated, because sometimes I like to put my hand out like that. You know, you're like this normally, but sometimes like that. But the trigger creep is one thing on this particular gun. I'm like, wow, they could have done better with that. Look how much movement you have in this before you would get to feeling the, the retention of it. Look how much my finger moves. That's all dead trigger. What's known as trigger creep. That's a good bit. So, not a real big fan of that. I will say that once you pull it back there, that the trigger is light. I don't have a trigger scale to tell you, but just from pulling it back, once you get past the creep, the free float of it, you get to the, the meat and potatoes of it, it's not bad. the reset on it's really good. Look how fast that resets. So we're going to start letting it out. Right there it reset. So it doesn't have to come all the way back out to full to reset the trigger, which is kind of nice. That gives you your quick little double taps on it, right? But we're going to be shooting this pistol here in a little bit today and see what we think about it. I'm sure it's going to be good. It's got a little bit of weight to it, so you know the lighter weighted guns they feel better carrying, but then they're a little bit more snappy, right? You've got a gun that has a little bit of weight to it, and a lot of the recoil gets taken out of it. So that's, what do you want? Do you want to carry something that's heavier but feels better to shoot, or do you want to carry something that's a little bit lighter, but when you shoot it, you know, you've got a little more snap to it, which is, to me, I'll take the lighter weight carrying. So, you know, we weighed this, right? It was versus my Ruger EC9. This is loaded with 7 rounds. I'm at 1.4. 1 pound 4 ounces. I carry this gun all day and literally not feel it. This is probably the greatest gun I've ever carried so far. It's compact, you know, it's the size of most 380s with 9mm capability, and it weighs less than 1.5 pounds. Inside a waistband holster, that thing is wonderful to carry. And we put this Walther back on the scale with the same amount of rounds, and we're at 1 pound 8.7 ounces, so we're almost at 9 ounces. So there you go, you know, and you may think, well, that's basically what, a 5 ounce difference. But I tell you what, over the course of the day, carrying it on your side, it adds up. It really does. You know, I used to carry my SIG full size 9mm all the time on my side, and shoo, man, I got to the point where my hips started hurting all the time, and I do believe it was because of the firearm. So I started lightening up, going to, you know, different smaller, lighter guns. The PF9 from Keltec is super light to carry, but so far I've settled in on this Ruger EC9S, which is a slightly cheaper version of their LC9S. Oh, I've reviewed that before. I won't review that again, the differences, but you know, it's just a fantastic carry pistol. But you wouldn't go wrong with the Walther either. You know, you got great brand name, high quality, German engineering. So we're gonna give it a try today and see what we think. Let me know what you think of, if you own this pistol, if you've ever fired one. Till next time, peace out.